What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's take a look at MicroStrategy, guys. Everyone is worried. Everyone's not sure what's going on. I'll go over the chart and go over the reasons why this is actually normal. It's actually nothing to be worried about. And this was expected, right? Okay, let's go over the reasons why. Well, first reason is that price was moving at an exponential rate, right? So you have to visualize the chart as like a room or like an area filled with a bunch of people who are buying and selling, right? So if you visualize that in real life, that's exactly what's happening, right? Everyone is just doing it digitally, right, on the computer. So you don't really see the other side of the screen, as an example. So you just have to imagine like a room filled with people, right? It's a market. This is a marketplace. This is buying and selling. This is bidding. This is supply and demand. This is all just a market. So basically, buyers were moving at an exponential rate. They're going parabolic. And eventually the last buyer went in the market, and then the buyers is dried up, right? The aggressive buyers who wanted to buy at higher prices were like, okay, hold on, we're not going to be buying anymore at this price. Let's wait for lower prices. And then the aggressive sellers came in. The buyers took some profits, and that's basically what happened, right? So technically, we can visualize that market action, in the real world on the chart with the technical drawings, right? So the first one would be this exponential move up in the price. That does not look. It looks like something you can enjoy for a short period of time, but you should always be worried in the back of your mind, like, okay, I don't like how this is going. It's not going to end well, and that's what happens. All right, this is not that big of a deal though. Either way, right? Technically, it was just moving too fast. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Second reason is that, okay, we're far away from the EMA. This EMA, a lot of times price likes to trade near it, and whenever price gets too far away from this average, this is the average of the last 21 bars. This is a 21 EMA, exponential moving average. It takes, I think it takes more weight for the more recent bars in the calculation, but a lot of times you can see that price action or the price movement likes to stay near that EMA, right? And whenever it's too far, it's going to snap back like a rubber band. Eventually, it always does, right? So that's another reason. Second reason is just market structure. Price was in this nice orange uptrend channel. So we can draw the swing lows right over here. Off the swing lows, we drag up the highs, and you can see that we're very close to the highs. If I use the tip of the prior high, then it would be right around like 567, like 564. If I drag it down a little bit to kind of like the close area, we're very close to it. And if I drag it down a little bit more, we basically hit it today. So again, this is a zone. Never think anything is like a perfect number in the market. Nothing is perfect in the market. Sometimes you'll hit exactly the level, but this is a zone, right? You got to consider this as a zone. Let me see what I can do to draw it out. So you can take, I think there's like a box tool somewhere here. I don't know where it is. I'll just use a parallel channel. So imagine this is like a zone right here. So see how you have that? Let's go and make it black. So that was the zone where price can, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher. But that's exactly what the zone was, right? The top of the channel at the overextension point. So that was the selling point, right? I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, we can still continue higher. Why can we still continue higher? Because price is still above this bullish trend line right here. But again, it's not saying the most. I mean, this is almost like nothing. You could even draw it a little bit steeper, and it looks like we're starting to break it already. So it looks like this could be the start of the pullback. I think there's a very high probability of that. I don't want to say for sure because you don't know for sure, but it looks like it is because of the reasons I outlined, which means we could see probably a pullback maybe to the 300 level, 327, maybe even lower. Market structure says that when price hits one side of a channel, it'll work its way to the opposite side. And the opposite side is right over here, right? So this is sub 300s, like in the 200 level. So it could pull back that far, or if it just trades sideways, maybe it pulls back to the 320. But we'll have to wait and see. But as right now, whenever price gets overextended like this, and then we see a very large drop, a lot of times that can mark the top of the short-term uptrend, right? Just like over here in the past. Look at this impulse, right? Very strong move up. We saw a couple big red candles at the top or the extended point of the trend. And then what happened, right? That led to a decent sized correction or pullback. Same thing can happen over here, right? This is a good chance for a pullback. So again, looks like the channel could be drawn a little bit lower, and that would make more sense because again, that's where we got rejected from today. We could still continue higher. I don't want to say this is a top. I mean, it's a very low probability of picking a top. All I'm saying is that this is not a good sign for the bulls in the short term. Most likely, we will probably see continued selling and price pulling back. And then we'll go from there, right? Another thing I want to mention is that a lot of people saying, oh, what if Bitcoin continues to go up? Does that mean MicroStrategy continues to go up? Well, today was a perfect example of why that's not true, right? MicroStrategy is down 6%. Bitcoin is up, what, about 4 or 5%, about to break $100,000. So they're clearly not 100% correlated all the time. Most of the time they are, but clearly you can see today they're not 100% correlated. And this could be a leading indicator, right? Because Bitcoin is approaching the same thing that MicroStrategy just did, right? The move up higher, exponential in the short term, parabolic blow off top, at resistance. It is approaching some sort of resistance. I have drawn out for my members. I do weekly Bitcoin updates for my members, and it is approaching a resistance zone. So we could probably see the same thing occur for Bitcoin. So this could be a leading indicator, especially if we see continued selling towards the downside. So overall, I mean, I would say this is there's a very good chance of this being the start of the pullback. Don't quote me saying that it is, because I always have that certain percentage that says in my mind, okay, we can definitely still see another push up higher, something like that, and then roll over, right? We can always just do something like that. But with how the bar looks like right now and how most likely it will close during, let's go intraday, right? Let's go see what's happened on the intraday. So you can see the selling is kind of picking up, right? We had a large drop over here. Market generally moves in twos. One leg right here. We could be forming the second leg, and that targeting in the short term 380. So it looks like we could be seeing that selling pick up anytime now. So looking for the 380 level, and hopefully you guys understand what's going on technically on the chart. Why we're seeing this pullback. Everything makes sense. I was predicting this occurring because it was bound to happen, and it looks like it is. So let's take a look at the weekly chart now. Weekly chart shows that the week is still green. It was a very large move up from the 346 level on Monday up until like the mid $500 level. So it is still green, but most likely it might close like this one right over here. See how this is like a tail bar where price traded up, but it closed on the candle lower in the week. So we could see something like that over here. And that would mean, like I said before, very similar like in the past where we see a decent sized pullback take place. But again, that's all I have for MicroStrategy on the daily and weekly charts. I mean, expecting a pullback, again, like I was expecting some drop anytime now. I think we're going to see a pullback, probably toward the EMA. It's not guaranteed. We can always just start a steeper trend. Maybe something like this, right? Maybe we start a steeper uptrend, maybe like that one, right? Like we got one angle right here that was maybe about 35.40, then like a 45.50, maybe we go to like a 60.75. So again, it could get steeper. We'll see what happens, right? You have to monitor the price action, always be flexible, and never be certain about anything, right? Because again, there's no certainties in the market. All these lines and stuff, they're just potential support and resistance, right? It's not guaranteed. Adam Grimes, right? I got that from Adam Grimes. He said, like, every time you say support and resistance, you have to say before that potential support and resistance, right? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. So that way you don't have a fixed mindset, because the market is always moving. It's always dynamic. You always have to go with what the market is doing, right? And as right now, we basically came very close to that target I had. I think 543 price hit today. I was expecting 550. I mean, that's basically like not even a percentage off. I mean, you could see like it's probably like 1%, like 1 or 2% off. Either way, right? Very, very close. That's close enough in the market, and this could be start of a pullback. We'll see. Have to wait and see, right? Depends what your strategy is, right? So I mean, some people will already be taking profits. They're like, okay, I don't care if it goes up higher. Even if we go up higher from here, I don't think that's gonna be lasting a long time. I'm not expecting something like that. So even if we do see price go up higher, which is unlikely, then that means that just means we're gonna probably see a pullback eventually, right? And it'll probably drop below this level right here anyway, regardless. So this is either way, like I'd say, a high point for the price chart, and we're probably gonna see price decline in the coming days and weeks. That's just how it is. Again, is that the end of the trend? No, it's not. I still think we're going to see, like I said before, the $1,500 level, which is already about what a 4x, about a 4x from here, I believe. Take it right, about a 254% gain. 4x would be about maybe 1800. So we can probably still get there, but I'm looking for 1574 in the future after this pullback or correction is over, which looks like could be taking place as of right now. So that's all I have for MicroStrategy and daily weekly charts. Most likely I'll give you guys an update tomorrow. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.